Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. I am in Costa Mesa, California at the beautiful T. Winkle Park. It's nice. You got the geese, you got the squirrels, you got everybody, and you got pandemonium. You got the State Department warning us to get out. You got commercial defaults that are just about to pop. So much to cover. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And today we've got a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I'll talk about them a little later. But first things first, the State Department issued a warning that everybody, all American citizens, need to get out of Russia. Hello, okay? Well, why? Okay? Needless to say, I think I'd rather go to New York than I would Russia right now. Probably rather go to Chicago and see Beetlejuice before I would go to Russia right now. That's terrible that you call her Beetlejuice, Dan. It is, guys. It's awful. Think about this beautiful city where you have all these beautiful companies that were there and they can't keep their employees safe, so they're leaving. My son, for years, we were going to go to see a Boston Red Sox game and then go take the train and go to New York and go to the Bronx and see the Yankees. And once again, I would rather go to Russia than go to New York City right now, or the Bronx, or any place in the boroughs, okay? So, last time I was in New York City, I was there for a entertainment conference, and it was incredibly cold. It was storm of the century, okay? It's awful. My go-to guy. So, needless to say, if you have friends or family members that are in Russia right now, please let them know that iAllegedly is warning you to leave Russia. Okay? It's a nice little park up here, by the way. It's got all this stuff. That's just beautiful. Okay? So, I have different go-to people in different industries. Finance, real estate, commercial real estate. One of my guys is Michael Lembeck, who is a realtor here in Southern California that does basically just not single family houses. He does everything. Duplexes on up is what I like to say with Michael. But Michael really has his hand on real estate right now. And the one thing that he and I have talked about was, when will the hammer drop when it comes to commercial real estate collapsing? And today may be the day, because think about this. He just sent me this great story that I'll share with you guys below about how Brookfield defaulted on $465 million of the loans. And the reason why I'm reading this is I'm going to get the address right. It's at the 555 West 5th Street. And $319 million in loans connected to 777 Figueroa. Now, guys, for those of you that don't know downtown LA, this is downtown LA. This is as downtown LA as you can get, with all those high-rise buildings. But the gas company building, the gas company that is fleecing you and I and everybody in Southern California, you think they're paying their rent? Well, the gas company building, hey, if we rent this building, our name's going on that front of that thing, okay? The iAllegedly Tower, kitten. You know what I mean? They have that, and they're not paying their, they're not making the mortgage payment. Not the gas company, but the people that own the building. So they went into default last week on the 9th, but this is the beginning of it. And great story from the real deal, but he said, Dan, this is the beginning of it. And I'm having dinner with a friend this week who is one of the foreclosure gurus, talking about that. And this is it, guys. The commercial real estate is about to just completely collapse. And I'll get Michael Lembeck on the show, and we can talk about this stuff, because as you look for investments and you look for properties and things like that, I want a fourplex, I want this, I want that, I want to buy a roller coaster too, but in due time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a cool little spot. Michael's the guy to go to with this. And I love sending him stuff, because I'll say, what do you think of this neighborhood? What do you think of this? What do you think of the rents? Oh, they're asking $500 grand too much for that. Call me later, and he's just really on top of, Orange County especially. But share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. The gas company tower. So they're going to kick the gas company out. Wouldn't that be awesome? hey, you guys got to go. We're going to foreclose. Yeah, don't leave, get the desks out of here by Friday. I don't think it's going to happen that way. But share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. There's a lot to cover today, a lot of finance news, and just can't wait to share it with you. Happy birds. Another great story that Michael sent me was about how the delinquencies with commercial mortgages are on the rise. I don't believe this number. I think it's much higher, but the story below talks about how at the end of January, the delinquencies were at 1.85% on mortgages for commercial loans, that they had risen that high. Take a look at the story. I think it's much higher. I think people are not paying their bills when it comes to these office buildings. And I think these guys are great. I'm always getting stories sent to me about different incentives and things like that. And Dave sent me a great story today about how, hey, would you like $2,000 to open up a checking account? You can get a bonus. And I'm like, wow, I'll read that. Okay, well, it's kind of misleading because Chase and Citibank will give you $2,000 right now to open up an account. The only problem with the Chase account, you need $1 million. You do it with $1 million, they will give you $2,000. Okay, well, okay, I think I need a little more than that, but Citibank, $300,000, guys. You can get yourself $2,000 for opening up the account. I'm sure the restrictions are lovely that you have to keep the money in there and you can't take the money out and don't spend it and don't let anybody know you put it in there. Just all these different restrictions. But I'm always amazed at stuff like that. All the photos you guys are sending me are great. I recently got one. Dean sent me the photo. Dean lives in Pennsylvania, okay, guys? And he pulled up to the Lowe's yesterday, and the Lowe's had so many barbecues out front for sale in cold Pennsylvania that he said, I got to count these. And he counted 91 barbecues. Now, I don't know if these are left over from last year. They're all on sale. They're blowing them out. So if you're in Pennsylvania and you want to barbecue in some frigid, icy weather, go down to Lowe's and get yourself a barbecue. So I'm always amazed at stuff like this, guys, because it is crazy with stuff on sale right now. We keep hearing the stories about Walmart closing, and I just don't think we've seen the end of this yet. I saw another great story about how Walmart is blaming self-checkout for their closures. If you believe that, yes, there's a tremendous amount of theft from people at that, people that go to those self-checkouts, but it's ridiculous to think that that's the reason that Walmart is closing. Plus, do you guys know that on the rise right now, people that do self-checkout get accused of crimes all the time? And I saw a great TikTok where a lawyer said, don't ever use self-checkout, ever. Don't ever buy anything on self-checkout. Don't ever punch your phone number in there. They will blame you for something, and they do it like 6 months later sometimes with people. Hey, you didn't pay for that barbecue. What barbecue? Oh, it's on file, and people get arrested, and all this horrible things happen. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Would you buy a barbecue in winter right now? I mean, I would do it if it was free, but it's weird. My family members do things where, my birthday is coming up, guys, on the 25th of February. People that are starting to send gifts and stuff like that. And Edward, who sent me the hot sauce and the stuff for Rosie, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. But you guys, if you want the address, it's in the video description below as well. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Let's face it, there's two things that you need to do. And you need to accept the fact that we are heading into a very serious recession right now. And you need to do what all the smart people are doing, what the billionaires are doing, municipalities, central banks, they're buying gold right now. Patriot Gold Group has something brand new. It's called a Recession Protection IRA. All you have to do is call 888-330-1431 today and get your free investor guide. They've got free for life, IRAs and 401ks, and you can even transfer over your existing 401k without any tax liability. They will help you with that. But let's face it, guys, you need to get yourself an IRA and 401k that's backed by physical metals. With everything that's going on right now, get yourself ready. And the only way to do that is to be in precious metals right now. Call 888-330-1431 today, and Patriot Gold will answer all your questions. They are the #1 rated, best-in-class service for over 6 years. Let them know that I allegedly sent you, but contact them today, guys, before it's too late, and get that free investor guide. I love when I talk about a story and everybody jumps onto it. And none other than Dr. Marvin sent me a story out of Florida where they said, hey, listen, there's a new assessment for everybody in the condo complex. It's 175 grand. Because of the mismanagement with people's finances and with how they've handled things, you're going to see this more and more and more. This is not going to be, you know, an isolated problem with the way that these HOAs have ran these complexes. This is going to happen more and more. John Rubino was in an interview, financial analyst, talking about how we are in a financial death spiral right now, and talking about how what is going to happen is inevitable. And this is the end game for our financial system, and people need to get themselves ready. Now you can sit there and say, oh, that's pretty harsh, but I'm telling you, man, one thing that has happened lately is Greg Manarino has been on top of this thing. He's got the Manarino market risk indicator, MMRI he calls it, and it is brilliant, guys. The last time this thing hit 300, you know, it fluctuates between 100 on up, you know, all hell broke loose, and the Fed started buying everything, and it was just, you know, this complete farce of them fixing everything. But one thing, you got to check out Greg's channel too, but one thing that he's done lately, which is very cool, is he's doing his morning pre-market video, and then he's going live at the end of the day. So at the end of the market, he'll answer your questions, which I'm telling you, you know, it is super cool to have him, Gerald Salente, Michael Lembeck, you know, Scott Walters, you know, Denise Cezanna, all these people on speed dial, and I could list 50 others. But guys, it is amazing that this guy's taking your questions, and you should ask him questions because the guy's the trader's trader. So I'm a big fan of Manarino. You guys know that. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff. It's kind of peaceful out here. Kind of nice. It's freezing though, guys. I'm the idiot with a short sleeve shirt on. So it's got to be about 60. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. Well, guys, we got the monthly inflation numbers, and the CPI numbers came in. Guess what? Higher. Wow, what a shock to all of us. They came in 0.5 percentage point higher to 6.4%. Guys, inflation is not going down, it's going up. The Fed is doing nothing to help us. And what is worse, the things that aren't even included in this, you know, food, energy, shelter, everything that we care about, everything that we're affected by, you know, most of these things are not even included in that number. So you guys know that things are going in the wrong direction. You know that the Fed's doing nothing. And we have to be victims of this and victims of a system that's not taking care of us. Crazy numbers, which I'll talk about later on in the week. But how about this? The price of a car has gone up to an all-time high. And car prices basically are just going to be for the rich now, which is insane. Nobody needs a new car. Nobody needs to go out and purchase this. It's absolutely insane that the prices are as high as they are. And you're going to see more and more creative stuff like what Hyundai did in the coming months to get cars off the lot. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because it's nuts. And inflation is only going one place, guys, and that's up. As the world changes and things get more and more desperate, you're going to see businesses try to do other things to sell products. Hyundai, the car company, hey, we have a subscription-based car service. where you can basically rent a car for $699 a month. You're given 1,000 miles a month, guys, which is nothing, okay? I mean, seriously, that's not a lot of miles. But for $699, you can get a new car as long as you want. It's basically renting a car, and it will get the car off the lot for them, and people will do that, you know? So again, last week somebody sent me a great story about how the HP company, who I love HP because I got all my HP laptops and all that stuff, they have a new printer program that is basically subscription based, and if you don't pay it, credit card goes bad, guess what? You're not printing anything. It's all digital now. So they know, yeah, card expired. You better fix it, John, or you're not going to get that document that's needed an hour ago. So share your thoughts on that. The other thing is there are 5 indicators that a major economic downturn is coming. It's a great story about this. We've hit all 5. So, but no. It's a rolling recession. I'm sick of the names, guys. Growth recession, rolling recession, all these fake names. It's horrible, guys. None of it's real. It is bad. And you need to batten down the hatches. You need to save as much money as you can. You need to look at your bank. And you know what? I was at my bank today. How are things? What are the chances you guys are going to close this branch? And they start laughing. So now I could whip the camera out and start asking questions. But no. Don't do that, Dan. But no, your branch is safe. And do you want to talk to the new manager? He'd like to meet you. No. Okay? So share your thoughts on all that stuff, guys. But would you rent a car like that? Would you rent a Hyundai for $699 a month? You know, I've had to rent cars for work before, you know, for long, extended period of times. And, you know, it was great. It was good, you know, great way to do it. But I don't think I'd rent the new Hyundai. You're seeing a lot of Uber drivers that do stuff like this. And they find themselves working 7 days a week, you know, 14 hours a day and not making any money. There is a watchdog group that was investigating COVID shenanigans and COVID loans, and they found that there's $5.4 billion missing right now for people that got loans that never should have gotten the loans. Guys, I'm telling you, if you were upset that that guy borrowed the money and bought a Porsche for his jewelry store or whatever, okay, the coffee shop that said they had 60 employees and you know they have 3, the stuff that I've seen, I'm telling you guys, these people are going to get theirs. They're going to go to jail for fraud, and they are coming after these people. You know, is justice quick? Absolutely not. But these people are going to go down for the count. You're going to see awful, awful things to these people, and you know, just going to be a shock to them. But there were billions of dollars worth of loans that people never should have gotten. Remember that. So share your thoughts on that, and always tell me if you guys ever get stories or you know of a business that fleeced everybody. And you know, someone very close to me worked for a coffee shop, and you know, they got PPP money, and hey, listen, everybody, you get $50 bonus, okay? And they got hundreds of thousands of dollars. So kind of thought that was kind of funny because they didn't get more hours, they got their hours cut. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys. When was the last time you said, hey, let's go buy soap? Let's go to Bath and Body Works. Have you ever been in that store when it's been busy? Ever. Well, they're restructuring right now, and they have new investments, and they're going to revamp the stores. Honey, let's go buy soap. Come on. Seriously? It's ridiculous. In Canada, Bed Bath & Beyond, they're closing all the stores in Canada right now. Oh, okay, that seems fitting. Amazon, with their Amazon Fresh stores, those small markets, they're not going to expand those like they were originally going to. That's not going to happen. In fact, there's a hiring freeze right now at those locations, and with the future of those stores. Has anybody been in those stores? I walked in there one day and wanted to buy something. We needed cheese for tacos, and Oh, you have to get the app, sir. You just can't ring it up. You have to get this up, set it up, put your card in there. How long is that going to take? Oh, about 40 minutes. 40 minutes to get set up to go shop someplace. So does anybody go to those Amazon Fresh stores? Seriously, okay? I just nuts to do that. So we're supposed to believe that everything is going great. Mark Cuban, who I love, Mark Cuban, okay, steps forward and says, hey, he's concerned about Chat GPT and who controls it? Who's, what's the mindset of Chat GPT? And then you got the other shark, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, who was on Fox Business yesterday talking about how, hey, I don't care if this thing's $39 billion. I'm going to invest in it because this is going to be the first one. This is going to be how they're going to set the standards. Has anybody used Chat GPT for anything? It is amazing. It really is. I've got people that work for me that know how to use it, and kaboom, man, they get a lot of stuff done with that, and it's fascinating how this is going to revolutionize website development, writing, research, everything, absolutely everything. So share your thoughts on that stuff, guys, but it is going to put people out of business, which is what you need to do. You need to sit down and look at what you're good at. Look at what the future holds for you. Look at what you do with your business. How can you be more efficient? Think about this. I have a friend in the foreclosure business. We're going to sit down and go through what's going to happen because all hell is about to break loose when it comes to foreclosures. Well, no, Dan, everything's good. There's no problem with that. You're kidding yourselves, guys. Everything with real estate is going to, have an epic collapse right now. These loans, these problems with this, the banks are getting more creative when it comes to getting you into a house. They're doing the same thing with cars, just like Hyundai right now. It's cool. I mean, people need loans. I had bad credit at times, and somebody sent me a great article. 5 things that people that have perfect credit scores do, okay? If that interests you, that's below. I don't know how people get a perfect credit score. It's that simple. You got to have good credit, guys, or you're charged too much. But this world is set up to where you can negotiate anything. If you have things of value and you need to borrow against them, you can do that, guys, relatively easily. Any asset you can get money for, okay? That's what you're about to experience right now because things are going to get more and more creative when it comes to lending people money. People are going to get more and more behind on their credit cards, their personal lines of credit. Think about Chase Bank. No more safety deposit boxes. Bank of America, people are sending me all these different Bank of America videos about how they don't have people inside the branches. They get a greeter. Hi, what do you want? What are you doing here today? And they don't want you inside the branch. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. It's cold out here. I think I've said that twice now. So let me know what you guys think about this. Were you surprised about the inflation numbers? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Because they were revised up last month. Remember, everything's good. There's nothing to worry about. Inflation's going down. We've been lied to. Look over here. Over here. It's not a big deal, okay? And people can't afford to heat their houses. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple of stories. And the first one is kind of combining 2 stories together, and that is, FedEx, the sales are down right now, guys. Revenue's down. People are not shipping things like they used to. Same thing with UPS. So UPS is off as well, which should tell you guys something. People are not buying things like they used to. Individuals aren't buying things like they used to. It's off right now. Then you've got Meta, Facebook, that fired 11,000 people last year. Now, if I had to do a quiz and say, hey, how many people work at Facebook? I wouldn't guess 11,000 people, but they fired 11,000 and they're about to lay off more people. So that's crazy, in itself. And then you've got this great story that was sent to me by a bunch of people that I shared with you guys where Facebook is paying people to work, that don't do any work. They basically don't do anything, but they're just on the clock. So they're going to fire people. They've got people working that aren't earning any money. It's just, that aren't doing anything. It's nuts. Final thing is, what are you guys spending money on right now? Is it your hobbies? Are you planning on trips right now? Are you stocking up? What are you doing right now? Because, I talk to business, owners. We're buying inventory down because we don't think we're going to have it in the future. And if we pay for it now and we get these deals now, we can buy it now. Are you going to go on vacation? No, we're not this year. So let me know what you guys are going to do. What are you going to spend money on right now? You're going to go to baseball games. You're going to go to hockey games. You're going to go to basketball games. What are you going to spend money on, this spring? And I'm always curious about that, because I think this is going to be the year that people go, we're not doing anything. And if gas prices shoot up, I think people are just going to stay at home. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, can't even talk because I'm so cold. I will see you guys very soon.